Today is day 28 of Inktober 2025. Hello, sweet friends. Welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brenda Campbell. I'm an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher. If you're already a friend, thank you for returning. I'll be your guide as we go through the 8 steps of the Magical Zentangle Method of drawing. This is a practice that allows us to slow ourselves down and be in this moment. It's a practice where we focus on one stroke at a time. And it's a practice that provides way too many benefits to list them all here. I can say this is a practice that has changed my life. And that's why I say it's magical. So I hope you'll include a little Zentangle in your routine, and I'm honored to be part of your journey. I mentioned before, today is day 28 of Inktober, and I posted a short video all about Inktober, telling you about its origins. I tell you who Jake Parker is and how this became an annual Zentangle challenge. So my approach is a little different because I am combining 2 Inktober lists. So grab a cup of your favorite beverage, find a comfy spot, and relax as we draw our 28th Inktober tile. So our supplies today include a black 3Z Zentangle tile. That is Zentangle's triangle-shaped tile. It measures about 3.5 inches or 8.89 centimeters on each side. I'm going to draw with a Sakura Gelly Roll 08 pen with white ink. I have a white chalk pencil and I have a tortillion for blending out the chalk. And that's all we're going to need. So let's go ahead, clear our space as we prepare ourselves for step 1, gratitude and appreciation. In this step, we are simply going to take some deep breaths. We're going to do a little bit of reflecting, find something to be grateful for. And so let's go ahead and begin with a big breath in, getting tall as you inhale, and a long, slow breath out. And another big breath in. And as you exhale, just drop your shoulders and relax. Let's do one more big breath in. And out. And now just let your breath fall into a natural breathing rhythm. And pay attention to it. Just notice it as you inhale and exhale. And get a little more settled into the moment with each exhale. Now think of something that you're grateful for. And once you have it, hold on to it and really pay attention to how you feel. How does gratitude feel? As we draw today, I want you to remember this feeling And if you reach a spot where you just feel like you need a break, maybe your lines aren't going where you want them to, it's okay. Just stop yourself. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. And remember this feeling. And then I think you'll be ready to begin again. And that, friends, is all there is to step 1, gratitude and appreciation. I'm going to use my white chalk pencil for step 2. Step 2 is corner dots. And I'm going to put a dot in each one of the 3 corners of my tile. Step 3 is a border. And I'm going to create my border by connecting the dots. Step 4 is a string, and I am going to skip the string today. I am going to begin with my white pen, and we're going to draw a tangle. And before we do, we're going to talk about our prompt and our tangle of the day. So today's tangle is Quandry, and Quandry is a Zentangle deconstructed tangle. And I'm going to draw you the pattern on the back here before we begin. Quandry is kind of a free-flowing pattern that begins with a seed shape. And I'm going to draw that down here. And you basically just draw this oval, the seed shape. And then you draw another seed shape. And obviously I can't draw them the same size, so don't worry if you can't either. And then we draw a third shape that connects them, if you will, into a bit of a triangle. And then you build off of that. So you can draw another seed shape here and connect these two. And you could draw another seed shape out here and connect it here. And so you can see how this could go a lot of different directions, and you can take it wherever you like. So I am going to use this tangle to get my prompt across on my tile today. And because of that, I'm going to have to be a little more creative with my use of the pattern Quandry. But I think I've worked it out, and I hope you'll agree that it does a good job. So our prompt from Jake's list today is skeletal. And I chose the black tile because, well, you know, it is the season of spooky. And I decided that I am going to depict a spider. And I am going to begin pretty much in the center. You can put him anywhere. Maybe I'll put him a little low in the center. And I'm going to just begin with a circle. And inside this circle, I'm going to draw another oval. I'm going to draw 2 ovals. And then I'm going to draw some pointed shapes underneath my spider. And then next thing I'm going to do is fill all of this in with ink. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to use a very light touch, allowing the white ink to just kind of flow out of my pen. And I am just going to fill this in. And I'm leaving those ovals open. So I'm filling in around. So those ovals will remain black. keep turning my tile because I want to be able to see all of these lines that I'm filling to. And it's a lot easier to see them if I'm turning my tile. And it's also makes it more comfortable for my wrist. Now I'm going to go back and try to put another coat of this gel ink on. And if it starts to get too scratchy, I just need to let it dry a little more. But so far I'm doing pretty good. I'm hardly touching the paper, so the ink is really just flowing out. I might have to wait. This is starting to get a little scratchy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wait. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a chain using Quandry that goes to the point up here. So this is going to just be oval shapes, seed shapes, if you will, that connect, but they don't touch. And they're going all the way up. And they're about uniform in terms of their size. And then I'm going to draw some legs. And spiders have 8 legs, so I'm going to draw one going this way and another going this way and then going this way and this way. So I have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 coming out from each side. Then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. 1, 2. To be careful I don't smear any ink that might still be wet. Okay, so that is 4 on each side. The next step is to put a little foot that comes off, or another piece of the leg, or ovals. Come up here. Maybe I'll do it like this. Okay. And because the theme is skeletal, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill all of these in with solid white ink. And I know this is kind of a silly concept, but it's basically a skeleton spider. I really want to be careful that I'm not going to smear any of this ink. So I'm trying not to touch it as I draw around it or next to it. I know I'm taking some artistic license here with Quandry or Tangle, but I don't think anyone minds. I love Zentangle because I would not be confident enough to call myself an artist today without it. But I love to use the Zentangle method and the Zentangle patterns to create things. I don't know, I like the whimsical look I can get using the tangles. So I think this is kind of a fun one for me. And I knew immediately when I saw the Tangle Quandry and the prompt skeletal that I would be able to come up with some sort of skeleton using this pattern. Okay. So everything is filled in. And there we have our little skeletal or skeleton spider. But we're not finished. I'm just making the scratch here. Okay, I'm gonna stop futzing with it. So the next thing I wanna do to offset these bold, thick, white bones of our skeleton spider, I am gonna put a spider web behind this. And that is just gonna begin with some straight lines that go kind of behind our spider. And I'm taking it just to my border here. And these lines do not have to be terribly symmetrical. Sometimes it looks cooler if they're not, but each one is going to cross somewhere in the center, which is behind our spider. Okay, and I think that's good enough. So that is how we begin. And then we're going to connect these lines using a curved line, curves inward. And I start with the outside. And that helps me to get the angle of the curve the way I like it. And then we build it from there. Okay, so there's the outside of our web. And now we're just going to fill in with lines that aura this outside line. And they are going to break up when we meet our skeleton spider as they kind of go behind. And remember, you can't really mess this up. There are no mistakes, so don't worry if you think you're not doing the right line. It's gonna look fine, trust me. Another one. And I can maybe just go. You don't have to do them one at a time if you don't want. You can do each section. And this pattern gives us a little contrast in line against this thick white skeleton, if you will. You've got these more delicate white lines of the spider web behind it. And that's a nice way to get contrast. Okay, I think we're good. You could try to add more ink here, but it's already starting to scratch up, so I think I'll just leave it. be happy with it the way it is. Okay, so I'm going to put my pen away now, and we're going to pick up our white chalk pencil. And we are going to do a little bit of shading. There's really not a whole lot we can do here, but I'm going to start by putting a little chalk on each of our spider web lines. Okay, now let's blend that out first. And just kind of blend a little on each side of our line. I'm kind of liking the way this is working out, this shading. It seems to be adding some dimension, a little bit of dimension to our spider web. A little bit of a white glow, which is kind of fun. Okay. Is that good enough, or do I need any more? I think I might just leave it like that. Maybe I'll put here, I think I'll add just a little bit on each of these outside lines. Just to give it a little more contrast. I kind of like the way it looks a little glowy, like it's glowing when I blend that out. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I kind of like this. It gives it a kind of a ghosty, spooky look. This white chalk. So, yay. Sometimes it's fun to work with black paper or tiles, black tiles in the white. Okay, I think I'm good with that. So we're done with step 6, the shading, and I'm going to pick my white pen back up, and we are going to move on to step 7, which is initial and sign. I am going to put my little chop in this corner here. I did not plan that, it just worked out that way. And my chop is just my initials that is stylized. So if you don't have a chop, don't worry about it. Just you can put your initials on the front. Then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to kind of wave it a little bit. Hopefully that will dry. Then I'm going to sign. And I will date it, but I always date it off camera. Then I'm going to put my note that this is for day 28 of Inktober 2025. And then we'll flip it back over for step 8, which is simply to sit back and appreciate again. This is where we look at our piece and we appreciate the time we took for ourselves, appreciate the little piece of art we created. I certainly appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you'll be back here tomorrow for day 29 of Inktober 2025. But until then, I will remind you, as always, to be you and be happy.